Well, hello. Today we are making tortillas. I'm going to show you how to make tortillas from scratch. Now, about 23 years ago, I had the honor of marrying into a Mexican family. My mother-in-law is actually from the Yucatan Peninsula, and she taught me how to make salsa and guacamole and tortillas from scratch. So this is for you, Bela. Her name is Minerva, but we like to call her Bela. So I'm going, just because it's quarantine time, I'm gonna put on some gloves because this could get messy. And what you're gonna need is some maseca. And maseca you can find, here look, maseca, you can find this in any major any major market. We're gonna need some water. We're gonna need a tortilla press, which I was able to pick up on one of our trips to Mexico. And the tequila's here just because it's Mexican and it's always good to have tequila around. So, this is how we're gonna start. I've got a big bowl. And now I'm going to take, what I've done is poured the maseca into a container because we use it a lot. And I'm going to do 4 cups because I'm going to make a lot and I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to do 4 cups approximately of the maseca, which is really just corn flour. Okay? There's my 4 cups of masa or maseca. They also make maseca for tamales. If you're looking to make tamales, it's a different kind of maseca. Okay, so then what we're gonna do, for every 2 cups of masa or maseca, you use 1.5 cups of water. But you gotta kind of feel it out. So you're gonna need, you like Mexican music, by the way? Tony put that on. So you're gonna pour the water in. And we're just gonna like move it around nice and easy. Give it some love. We're moving around the maseca in the water. And you're looking for a certain texture. It can't be too dry and it can't be too wet. And you're gonna squeeze it together, and I obviously need some more, so I'll be right back. And I'm back. So I'm gonna pour some more water, a little bit at a time. I hope you can hear this Mexican music. And we're just gonna mush it up. If it's too wet, it's gonna stick to the tortilla press. So we'll just keep going, and if we need to add more water, we'll add more water, but you're really gonna mix this up. I like to add a little bit of salt, so we're gonna put a little bit of salt in there and mix it up. Okay, so you can see it's got kind of like a thick, doughy feel to it. All right, I don't know if this is gonna be right. I won't know until I try it on the press, but we'll give it a shot. So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the tortilla press, and the way I do it, I find is I take a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna cut a circle. And you'll see why in just a moment. It's always good to have scissors that actually cut things. It's not a perfect circle, it doesn't matter. Just do whatever you can. Okay, so if you cut that, right? I now have 2 circles, and I'm gonna need these. One goes on the bottom of the tortilla press, okay? And the other, what you're gonna do is, this is really simple. You're gonna roll it, take some of the masa, it's now called masa because it's all mixed, and you're gonna roll it into a ball. This is probably too big. But we're gonna roll it into a ball about the size of a golf ball, okay? You're gonna put it on, kind of in the middle of the tortilla press. Can you see that? excuse me, tequila. And then we're gonna take the other circle of the Ziploc bag and put it over, okay? So you've got the masa, the ball, the golf ball sitting on one piece, and you're gonna put another piece over. Then, you know what? I'm an idiot because I did it on the wrong side. We're moving it over. You put it on the side where the handle is. Okay, so we've got it down, we've got the top like that. Then you bring this side over, and then you're gonna bring this handle over and very easily, not too hard, press it down. You're gonna pull it back with this little tab, there's a little tab. And here you have a tortilla. Pull it up very slowly. And then what I do is I put the tortilla in my other hand and just very easily peel it off. And now you have a tortilla, a nice flat tortilla. Also, one thing to keep in mind when you're making the tortillas is if you put your Ziploc round down, I'm gonna do it again. Really make it into a nice solid ball. If there are cracks around the ball, it may cause some cracks around the sides. But if you find that once you use the tortilla press, nice and easy, if you use the tortilla press, when you take it off and you're about to peel it off, see how easy it peels off? If it does not peel off that easy, it's too wet. So just add some more maseca in it and it'll be a little bit drier, but you should be able to just very easily pull it off like this, throw it on the grill. Okay? Uh-oh, piece fell off, it happens. Nobody's hurt, it's okay. And you're just gonna let them sit for a second. I have it on, like on a 1 to high, 1 to 6, I've got it on a 5. And there's really not much you can do there's not much, oh my God. There's really not much you have to do with it. So we're gonna just let it, in a minute, it's gonna be, see how it moves around? And you're just gonna use your hand. I just usually use my hand and flip it around. You know who taught me that? That famous Mexican chef, Rick Bayless, who does Mexican food. I love him. So it's just gonna sit here. It's gonna move around. Give it a second. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. And by the way, maseca is gluten-free. So if you're on a gluten-free diet, you can use maseca. Okay, it's getting hot. So I'm gonna kind of move it over here and just flip it over. Gets like a little bit brown, not a lot. Just flip it over and then it's gonna become hard. And then after those are done, what usually happens, because we have kind of a factory thing going on, my husband Tony will then take those, put chicken or beef or whatever he wants into them, roll them up and fry them, and those are called flautas. Okay, so, and sometimes if you put these into hot oil, just like that, they'll puff up into a ball and it looks like a pita. It's very, very cool. So that, my Mexican and non-Mexican friends, is how you make tortillas from scratch. And now, since I showed you how to do this, and since I'm married into a Mexican family, you can now refer to me as Marcita. Okay, bye. And you know what we'll do, once these are done, we will show you what we do with these tortillas once they're finished. So we'll come back once I make a bunch of these and you'll see how we use them. You can even cut them up into, 8 pieces and fry them and make your own corn tortilla chips. You can make tacos, you can make flautas. So it goes on and on and on, but we'll come back and we'll show you what we do when we make tortillas, okay? Be back in a minute. So one of the things we're gonna do, and here's Tony, the hubby. Say hi, Tony.
Hello.
So one of the things we're gonna do is we're heating up these tortillas, and Tony has a cast iron skillet filled with what kind of oil?
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil or canola oil, which is a higher burn rate, a higher burn temperature. He's cutting up some chicken and he cut up some of the tortillas, and he's putting the tortillas in the hot oil in the cast iron skillet. So we're gonna see how those turn out in a minute. And the other thing you can do is, when you make the tortillas, before you grill them, you keep them raw the way they are, lay them down, fill half of them with some meat, fold the other side over, use a fork to kind of close the sides, and then either fry them or bake them, and you have some really good empanadas. But remember, these are corn tortillas, not flour, obviously. So see, I'm taking one, I'm flipping it over. Flipping it, baby, flipping it. And there's Tony making his corn tortillas.
Yeah.
I mean,
chips. Tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips, thank you. We're a little tired. Quarantine is getting to our brains. Okay, and meanwhile, I'm gonna keep making more tortillas so we have more to work with. And we will be back. Okay, so we have made some tortilla chips. Okay, here's what we've got with the tortilla chips. We're just letting them drain a little bit. And then Tony has chopped up some chicken. Show them your chicken.
Chicken, chopped.
Chicken, chopped up. So what he did was he took some of the tortillas that I made, put the chicken inside it, rolled it up, and now it's frying in the cast iron skillet. So we will show you what those look like when we're done. So every once in a while, you're gonna get a tortilla that doesn't completely pull off the plastic. And so it'll look kind of like this in the land of misfit tortillas. And that's okay, because you're gonna roll it up, so it doesn't matter anyway. So just let it cook on the grill. Look, we've got these babies, look how pretty. We've got these babies here. And Tony has the flautas cooking over there, or finished over there. So that's it. That's how we make tortillas from scratch, and how we make flautas and corn and oh my God,
chips.
So that's it. So that's how we make flautas and tortilla chips. And you could do a whole lot more. As I said, empanadas, you can make gorditas, and you can make them thicker or thinner on the press depending upon how hard you press. You can make enchiladas. So play with it. Play with the thickness and the thinness of your masa in the tortilla press. In the tortilla press, we got ours in Mexico, but you could actually go on Amazon and they sell tortilla presses. Don't get a plastic one, get a good metal one. And when you fold it up to put it away, what I always do is put a piece of paper towel in between so it doesn't get scratched. So that's it. Welcome to our Mexican world. Bye-bye.